I am Tony, and this is March 19th New Nuggets. And I would like to talk about the reading in Luke today, the lineage of Jesus. You know, sometimes reading lineage, it's just, you feel like it's kind of dry. But when you seek and pray and let God show you the meanings, the purposes behind having that listed, it's really fascinating. The lineage of Jesus in Luke that starts with Joseph and it goes through who his family members were all the way down to Seth, the son of Adam. And it just, as you seek God and read and learn and grow, it's just so amazing. And to know his plan, his prophecies fulfilled in all of this. When you look, we eventually come to Obed. That is the son of Boaz and Ruth. And how Ruth left her people to go with Naomi, her mother-in-law, and said, I'll go where you go. I'll be with you. Her faithfulness, her loyalty, and where she came from, they didn't worship God. So she took that belief that she saw through Ruth's example and let that lead her. And then she was with Boaz, and there they are in the lineage of Christ. It's just so amazing that when you step forward in belief, when you take that belief and let your heart go to Jesus, what he can do with you, through you, and what you can be a part of, and his intents and his plans for you. And then the pain of the loss that she suffered, losing that first husband, losing her father-in-law, leaving her people. That was a choice she made, to leave them and follow Naomi. And wow, when you step out in faith, just like he calls us to do, forsaking everything else and following him. That's what she did. She took that step of faith that when she was going to go with Ruth, that the God that she saw in Ruth was going to be there for her too. And it just is so amazing. And then Jacob, Abraham, Isaac, the promises that God made to Abraham that this would be. It's just, he keeps his promises. Prophecies were fulfilled. God's promises were made true in all of this plan of this lineage, even as far back, all the way back from the very beginning, when he told the serpent that her seed will bruise your head. That's where Seth comes in. Adam and Eve's son Seth comes into play in this lineage, because even from the very beginning, God had this plan. Nothing caught him by surprise. The fall of man didn't, oh, he's so surprised. That's not what happened. The fall of man, God had a plan all along. And he still loved us, created us, still gave us a will, a choice, even knowing what it was all going to come to. So he said that to that serpent. He said that to Satan, knowing that down the road, generations later, this was going to be fulfilled. And when Jesus was born to Mary and to Joseph, the lineage, Joseph's lineage to David, this is what he said would be. And he is faithful He has a plan, he has a will, but look how much time it took. There was a lot of time between when that promise was made and when Jesus was born on this earth to Mary and Joseph. But you know what? God had a plan, a purpose, and a timing. Sometimes we forget to trust his timing too. We're all about trust him, he'll get you through this. Trust him, he'll get you through this. God's got this. But we forget his ways are not always our ways. His ways are not our ways. And so sometimes that's how he did that. His timing is totally different from ours, majority of the time. It's totally different from ours. Because look, Abraham, this promise was made to him, and how long was it until he had Isaac? These promises are made, and then there's God's timing is everything as well. So this lineage that's shown here is all about his timing, and the people that he had involved were the specific people he had called for this, set aside for this, and this is what was to be. So understanding that is so very important, and just knowing that God's faithfulness and his intents, his purposes, his will, his timing are all amazing. And I am just so thankful for that. And we can just be blessed and know that our Father is faithful. He does what he says he will do. We just have to trust and know that he is good, and he is faithful, and he is just. Understand that and love him and trust him, and just know the things he has for you are so much better than anything you could think of for yourself. The things he has for you, the purpose he has for you, it's just amazing if you trust him and step into it. So this lineage just reflects the goodness of God, the faithfulness of God, and just how precious he is. I love you all. I hope you have a